Alright, what's up, Wolfpack? We got another video, as per usual. I'll be real, probably one of my more unprepared videos, as I don't really have much to talk about today. But, nonetheless, I do want to get this done. And, yeah. So I'm going to do my warm-up set, get it out of the way. Got 17.5 pounds, doing reverse curls. Go for however many I feel like, and then we'll go to the first failure set. There we go. Randomly, the noise cancellation mode turns off on the mic. Don't know why, but it's fine. Okay. That should be good for now. Move it up. Last time I did these, I did 57.5. So we're going to stick with 57.5. Whew. But yeah, like I said, definitely more of an unprepared day in terms of what I wanted to talk about. So I'm going to honestly think a little bit. You guys are going to watch me think. Get to see the thinking process here. I said this last video near the end, but I kind of want to start it off knowing that most people leave after a little bit. But if you guys have critiques on my videos, like if you don't think they're entertaining, if you don't think I'm a good personality, if you give me some kind of criticism. If I was doing everything perfect, I'd be a much more relevant YouTuber. So I'm obviously doing something wrong. Like, the only thing I could really think of that I could do differently, that I could do right now, is edit. But I've said this a bunch of times at this point. Editing, I think it leaves, it gets rid of the authenticity, which is kind of my biggest thing when I'm making these videos. I'm not here to, put on a character or, make my life seem as crazy as some other people make it. At the end of the day, I truly am just a college kid going through the college life. But I will say it's different, as I think most college kids have friends. But yeah, like, this is probably the most authentic content you'll ever see. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's spring. All right, now I'm out of things to say again. Nice. Oh, on Sundays. Oh, actually, real thing. I saw this on Twitter. I don't know how real this is. Supposedly they're making a Flappy Bird movie. I saw one post from a Twitter account called the Flappy Bird Movie, and they had like this whole cover and everything. So I'm gonna be honest. I don't know how they're gonna make a Flappy Bird movie. The game was literally just you fly through the pipes and try and get a high score. I don't really know how they'd make a storyline out of that. But if it's real, I really want to see it. Just because it's such an out there concept for a video, or not for a video, for a movie. Like that'd be awesome. If you guys wanna let me know more, or want to help me find out more information on that, let me know. I really hope it's not fake. That'd be, although I am in debt right now, would love to watch the movie. I'll be real, I'll probably pirate it. But, I'll allegedly pirate it, my bad.
Yeah, it's not good.
But yeah, I'd love to watch the Flappy Bird movie. Now let me think of a third thing.
Now you can lose a little bit.
Can you guys tell that I don't really have anything prepared? Oh, I mean, I guess I'll talk about school, and then I'm gonna get into this first failure step. But tomorrow I will be back home, back in my hometown. You guys will see the home gym again. Gonna be filming there for the week because it's spring break. Not gonna be out here. Just gonna spend the time, you know. Maybe I'll be at Planet Fitness. I don't know. But trying to do what I can while still kind of keeping things consistent. As you guys know, I try to keep the exercise somewhat similar with the diet relatively the same. So this might be a little bit of a struggle, but by the time spring break ends, I should be at the end of my 30-day run. So once that's done, new upload schedule, as like I said, because it's going to coincide with my split. And tomorrow when I do my home gym video, because I know I'm not going to go to Planet Fitness, you guys want me to bench 225? Like, I'm not going to have I'm not going to have Brody with me to spot. But I thought it'd be really funny to get my sister to spot me, because I know she's really weak. So I thought it'd be a funny bit. Let me know if that's funny or not. Anyways, I'm gonna get in the first failure set. What do we got? Yeah, 57.5 pounds. If we get 10 or more, we'll go up in weight. If not, we'll stick with this for the last set. And then we'll go from there. I'm gonna lower that. I'm not happy with any of those reps right there. Boom. You guys caught me really ego lifting there. I was like, I failed the first rep. That was, don't do that often, for me. Usually I'm pretty consistent with being able to hit the first rep. But it's okay. Maybe my body's just not in the optimal form it's always been. But it's okay. We're only going down to 52.5. I am going to give it a little bit because I did go to failure there. Not the, highest quality set in the world, considering I was kind of using my back a little too much there. But, I still used my forearms. I still felt something in my forearms. I'm not going to deny that just because I used a little bit of back. Now, let's say hypothetically I were to continue to do that 57.5, then it would be a little bit of an issue. Because now I'm just ego lifting. I showed you guys a little clip of El Campeon in one video, but I'm not trying to be like that. Now I need to find more stuff to talk about. Oh, yeah. I guess this really still isn't news, and I've kind of said this a bunch of times, but if you guys want me to do some other kinds of content, it would still be unedited like these are. But like, if you guys want like I don't know, I don't feel like a vlog would be the most, or well, like a regular vlog, because like this is a gym vlog and all, but regular vlog where I'm like doing stuff. Like, I'll be real, I have a very, very boring day. And I don't really plan stuff like too extravagant, considering I'm broke. But like, if you guys want a vlog, I am gonna do a day in the life, probably after spring break, because I kind of want you guys to see the college life that I run. But yeah, I'll do a day in the life when I come back. But if you guys want me to do gaming videos, like maybe I'll do like a unedited five game run of Overwatch comp. I'd probably hate myself, playing that. But like, I could do it. I've been messing with it recently. I don't know the guy's name, but there's a guy with like the burst rifle that I could scope in with. The guy's awesome. So if you guys want to see that, or the Terraria stuff, or you guys want me to react to something, I'd rather not do reactions because I feel like it's very, like, considering my stuff already is, I would consider it low quality. I'm doing low quality, like, editing with low quality content. Like, it's gonna be so ass that I don't think the only person who would watch it is my mom. So preferably not reacting content. But if you guys really want me to, and you guys are like, oh yeah, I'd watch that any day of the week, I'll do it. It's not like I'm gonna say no, not at all. But yeah. Overall idea, give me some stuff you guys would want me to do. I'm more than willing to do a good amount of things for content. There are some things that I wouldn't do. But just give me your ideas, and hopefully I have something. I'll be able to do them. Anyways, I'm gonna get this last Billy set going. We did go down in weight, 52.5 pounds now, but we'll do this. We'll see how many we do. I don't think I'll do more than 10, but if I do more than 10, we'll go back up to 57.5 tomorrow. Or no, not tomorrow, because tomorrow I'll be at the home gym. So I guess we won't know until later. But we'll go for this. Like I said, 52.5. All right. Man, forearms must be depleted. I was feeling after like 4 reps of that. I mean, I think I did 6 total. But man, forearms usually aren't this weak. But that's fine. That's it for this for now. I'll turn back on the camera when I got another exercise ready. See you guys then. All right, what's up, Wolfpack? Wait, turn that on real quick. We got the last recorded set of the day. Got tricep extension. I really feel like you guys have just been seeing the arm workout a lot recently. So I want to let you guys know I'm doing a lot more than the arm workout. Chest, I usually do in a kind of crowded area. And I'm not, I've said this in the past, but I don't really like to be too much of like in the way. Maybe that's me being antisocial, but I like to keep it somewhat secluded so that people aren't like having to walk around my shit. And then back, similar situation. And then legs, you guys will see legs, but I've really been trying to lock in on my legs a little bit recently. I feel like I've been so locked in, I've been like out of it for legs. So I'm more focused on trying to figure out what to say for you guys. So, maybe a little limitation of the data. Although I'm not really gonna show a whole lot of results besides how my physique looks and how I, I don't know. See if my PRs went up. We'll do a little like PR day, I guess. Outside of like my benches. I don't know yet. I probably should have figured this out considering I'm almost done with it. Like I got what? Today's the 24th? No. Today's the 25th day. So, oh wow. Yeah, I'm almost done. We got like 5 days after this. So, yeah. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do to show any like differences besides a physique check. I am going to do an early physique check. I try to keep it month to month. But for the 30-day experiment, I'm going to have like a whole week's worth of training in between the last day and the physique check. So I'm just going to show it off early, so be it. It's not like it's the biggest issue in the world. And, tomorrow, watch the video. You guys will get to see how much I've improved in the past month. Hopefully I look bigger. I probably don't. I feel like I've been looking relatively similar since I started doing creatine, which was about the same time as the first physique check. So I don't know. We'll see. You never know. But I am gonna get this warm-up set out of the way. Tricep push down, 22.5 pounds. Go for however many I feel like. Then we'll go from there. Oh, this is a really good cable. Very smooth. Gonna be real. Yeah, that should be good for now. We'll move it up to 62.5 for now. If you guys have been keeping up with the videos, you guys will know that my elbows have been killing me on my failure sets here. Don't know why. I mean, I the only idea I could think of is that I'm going to failure, and my elbow just can't keep up. But that's all I really got. If you guys know, let me know. Some more things. I don't know. I feel bad. Like I feel like I should be giving you guys some better content here. Like I feel like I've been kind of just not locked in on the stuff I'd like to discuss. I mean, I've said this so many times at this point, but like this is almost like a podcast, just because of how unedited and and kind of just how much of a raw sense there is to it. But like, it's like a podcast where no one talks, or well, one person talks, but they don't really know what they're talking about. So, sorry in advance. And it's a lot quieter than usual right now. Like I feel kind of feels weird. Like usually there's so much noise going on that like my voice is kind of like overpowered by all the other noise. But now I feel like I'm overpowering all the noise. Don't know how I feel about that. Oh, I could talk about this. As of today, the Arnold Classics happened, I've heard some things. I don't know too much about bodybuilding. I'll be real. It's something I find really fascinating, though. You know, all I wish I would be able to attend one at some point. You know, even if I was competing. Not saying I am going to compete right now, or well, I can't. But let's say hypothetically I were to compete, I would be really, really far away than the other guys there, considering I'm natural, well, semi-natural. I don't know, but to my knowledge, I'm natural, and I'm very much bloated and high body fat. I feel like I would do really, really poorly. But bodybuilding is like a really, really intriguing thing to me. I was talking to my friend about this yesterday, but I'd love to get into bodybuilding as a competitor, I guess. You know, the only thing I'd really have to lock in is my diet. Like I feel like my training. I mean, there's still I would say some issues with my training. I don't think my training's perfect, but I feel like comparatively to my nutrition, my training is much better. You know, I don't get my protein in at all. Like it's really really poor protein intake. It's mainly carbs. Like it would go carbs, fat, then protein. I'd say.
Good evening. The time is
Oh,
now 10:30.
you guys,
Your
can you guys hear that?
in 30 minutes. Please return all services age and use convenience stores before this time. Thank you.
Hopefully you guys heard that. If not, you guys know I got 30 minutes left. Shows you that I'm going here till close. But last thing I'm gonna say about the Arnold happening this week. From to my knowledge, I think Mike Sommerfeld, who, if you don't know anything about bodybuilding, you know, maybe I'm not the best to be talking about this, but I'm pretty sure he's out of the classic because he was too heavy, too much weight. He couldn't cut it in the amount of time that he, you know, figured out that he was overweight. So now I think he's competing in the open. So that, I mean, that kind of sucks. I think every time I've seen a video where people were trying to figure out who's going to most likely win, they all had Mike Sommerfeld number one. And you know, it really does suck. You know, imagine spending, you know, a year, or well, I don't know, so a lot of it's off season, but imagine, you know, putting your body to such an extreme for one competition to then find out that you can't even compete in it because you weigh too much. Like that, I feel bad for him, but you know, he can't really do much about it now. Just got to go with the flow. Anyways, I'm going to get this failure set going. 62.5 pounds, doing a little lighter than usual, just for my elbows. If I get 10, I'll probably go up. Probably only 5 pounds though, and then we'll go from there. Okay. Yeah, elbows are still killing me. We are going to go up in weight. 67.5 pounds. Should be a good ender. But yeah, going back to bodybuilding. I really, really do find it, you know, intriguing. I think some people might think I'm a little weird for liking bodybuilding. I think, you know, may come off as gay, but you know, you have people pushing themselves to the extreme. Like you get to see like the real like peak physique, and it's fun to watch. You know, just because I'm looking at dudes doesn't mean I swing that way. You know what I'm saying? But you say what you want to say about me. I'm not too worried about it. Maybe like 4 years ago, maybe I'd be a little bit more defensive. But I could really care less at this point. At the end of the day, words are only words. It's not like I'm gonna die when someone says a word or a phrase. So I don't really let words get to my head too much. They do get to my head. I'm not gonna say they don't at all. But like, I try to minimize it. So, say what you want to say about me. And then, oh yeah, another thing. I really want to lean down at some point. I don't think this semester I have in college is going to be the best for me trying to lean down, just because I'm kind of limited on the food I could eat. And a lot of it isn't the best for trying to lean down. I mean, I could just reduce my calorie count, but I also don't track my calories to begin with. So, I don't know. But, I do want to lean down at some point. If I were to do it, it would probably be end of this semester or start of my second year in college. Throughout my childhood, I was pretty much a fat kid for all of it. Like I don't think I was ever really ever really fit or in shape. I wouldn't even consider myself in shape right now. Like, I've been lifting for 2 years at this point, a little over 2, and still relatively high body fat. And I'd say you can see some muscle definition in here, but nothing crazy. So I think it'd be a good challenge for me. One thing I will say is that with me recording this stuff, I'm kind of holding myself a lot more accountable on things. I feel like I said this yesterday. Did I say this yesterday? I don't know. Maybe I should watch the clips. But, if I said it, I said it. Too bad. But yeah, I've always been a really, really fat kid. I remember, maybe my mom doesn't remember this, but I remember my original doctor, he would always like unintentionally call me fat, and he'd be like, "Oh, you should probably do jumping jacks," or something like that. Just some way to get my body to move. And I think my mom did pick it up as like he was calling me fat, and then like she cut him off, or well, I shouldn't say cut him off. She switched my doctor around, just because I don't think she was a big fan of him calling me fat. But he wasn't wrong. I'm not gonna say, oh yeah, he was out of pocket for that one. I mean, maybe he was out of pocket for, calling a kid fat, or well, unintentionally calling a kid fat as a little kid. But I think sometimes you got to be blunt about things, and I'd say that's something I even struggle with, is just being blunt. But only way it'll really get to people's heads that they need to change something is if you tell them, or they tell themselves. But most of the time, you got to tell them. But yeah, I would, not going to say I'll lead down anytime soon, but it is something I want to do. Probably like a 4 or 5 month lean. leaning down. Just see how it goes. See what muscles are really developed out of me and which ones I really need to work on. Because it's not the easiest when you're somewhat high in body fat. Anyways, I'm gonna get this last set done and then call it a day. 67.5 pounds on the cable. I have done more than this, so I'm expecting to do 10 or more. But next time I do these, I'll be at the home gym. And if you guys watch the home gym videos, you guys know I never change the weight because it's a pain in the ass. So for a decent amount of time, this will be the last time I really track the weights for tricep push down. But we'll be around here next time. Anyways, let me get this set done. Now, do my stuff. All right. Okay. And then it off there. Anyways, that's the end of the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, like and subscribe. Let me move this down. You guys get to see me a little better. If you want to follow me on other stuff, there'll be a link tree in the description where you can follow me on my other platforms. Don't really post much on them though. Do your laundry. Next time you see me, you'll see me at my house with my pets. I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow.